Now, before we end on your career, you fought Jose Aldo too, didn't you?
It was right.
Yeah, I lost to
WEC
Aldo.
44.
Now,
I lost to Aldo.
Now, is that kind of a bittersweet thing where, because like that's like Aldo's the guy who got the belt in the UFC. Like it was the next step was the UFC taking, the belt. Obviously, a loss to Aldo doesn't look bad, and he's an all-time, fighter. But was that something that sticks to you a little bit?
I mean, I know he beat me. He's better than me, but it's a bummer. I'm bummed that it wasn't like I didn't have that belt a little longer to have it into the UFC. And because now today everyone knows what the UFC is. Nobody knows what the hell WEC is,
Yeah,
well, a lot more prestige than that UFC title.
Yeah, if I may counter, like if you want to look at like the magnitude of how big that fight was, neither of you guys had lost in 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah. But I mean, like, but just today's standard, it's like when you talk about the WEC, nobody knows what that is,
Yeah, but the weird thing,
he's very good.
The weird thing about that is there was no UFC 135, 145. I mean, that was the best in the world. The WEC was. That's why they brought them over, because they didn't have that in the UFC really. You know what I mean? So it was the same. I mean, the UFC kind of counts it as the same, but you're right. I think you're right that it doesn't get the respect that it deserved. But those were the best 135, 145 pounder fighters in the world
at that time. Yeah, it's and I still believe that, like, at this time, Aldo was probably the best 45er of all time. Like the reign he had the best reign, the longest reign.
It's like a 13-year run without it's either 10 or 13 years. I'm almost positive it's 13, but it might be 10. The guy never lost. Like there's statues of people that have done less than Aldo has. Like
it was a really good run. It was an impressive run.
Well, here, but now let's look at some of like